Alright, let's get back to KOTOR 2. I asked my wife, she said do side quest resolution. So guess where we're going? Well, after I finish training everybody up. We're gonna go to Telos for the HK factory.
My life.
Okay, nothing new to teach her. Let's teach Beodor.
Yes, General?
I think I can also do lightsaber training.
Yes? Is something wrong? That is hardly...
Okay, I can't teach Disciple at all, I guess.
I wanted to say thanks.
Oh.
For what you showed me on Nar Shaddaa. It's gonna take some time to let it sink in, but thanks. I feel alive.
You've taken the first step into a larger world.
It's strange, but it feels right somehow, like a piece inside me just clicked into place. Alright. Yeah, something wrong?
Okay, there we go.
This better not be any of that boring meditation stuff. That puts me to sleep. Got it, I understand. I'll try to make use of it. Yeah, something wrong? This better not be any of that... Got it, Yeah, something... Yeah. Well, all I need is my rocket launcher and some rockets.
This is something a little more subtle.
I'll ignore that little crack next time you need some covering fire. What did you want to show me? Alright, I think I have it. Yeah, something wrong? Yeah. I'll ignore that little... Alright, I think I have it. Yeah, something wrong? Yeah. I'll ignore that little... Alright, I think I... Yeah, something wrong? Yeah. I'll ignore that little... Alright, I think I have it. Yeah, something wrong? Yeah. Alright, I think I have it. Yeah, something wrong? Yeah. Alright, I think I have... Yeah, something wrong? Grenades. Well, I don't like to use them unless they're C5 concussion spheres or the Merson cryo. It makes their head explode like a melon. And don't do it to a Celestin either. Makes their ears bleed and they gibber twice as fast. Alright, alright.
Okay, and I teach Atten. Beodor I already taught.
I heard you making friends with the bounty hunter. I don't blame you. She's a scrapper. You don't survive on Nar Shaddaa for very long if you aren't.
Did you know Mira, Atten?
I've known people like her. Maybe without the rocket launchers, but sort of the same. Maybe without the plunging neckline and the boots. I wouldn't let anything she says bother you. It's a wonder you cracked her attitude at all. She's cold as the ship's hull. Alright.
Something up?
Alright, I'm game. What did you want to show me? Got it.
Something up?
Alright, I'm... Alright,
Something up?
Need to change the color on that other lightsaber so it's more obviously Atten's. Whoa, HK, what's... Why is he blinking?
Query.
Okay, he just is. That's fine. Okay, that one's Addons. Upgrade item.
Yes. Have you come with questions? That is something.
But I do. Okay, let's give me this one. And I'll give Visus the other one.
Yes. That is something.
I do! Oh, I need 3. That's stupid. But I suppose I can live with it. Then I'll give Visus that one. And give Addon his back.
What have you brought me? I am willing to
Oh yeah, Voga.
Oh, that pile of incompetence. What a poor challenge he turned out to be. However, though I am loath to admit it, Voga is still very much a threat.
How so?
Well, he still represents a powerful economic base, and as short as his arms are, his actual influential reach is much greater. I imagine that now he is free of me for a time, he will resume shipping operations throughout the galaxy.
Why is that a problem?
Because the Hutts serve only the Hutts, and their trading practices only serve to undermine an already weak Republic.
What did they sell to the Republic?
Spice, slaves, low-grade fuel, and other commodities.
And you didn't.
Yes, but my efforts were to bolster the Republic, not take away its wealth.
You said fuel?
Yes, I attempted to force the Republic to turn to shipping fuel from Paragus rather than buying it from the Hutts. Before you blew up the planet, of course.
So Voga has fuel that could be supplied to Telos.
Yes, but doing so would bankrupt the Republic. I certainly don't hope that you intend on pursuing such a business venture. In the long run, it will do more damage than the failure of Citadel Station.
I agree, dealing with the Hutts would only hurt the Republic and its people in the long run.
Dealing with the Hutts for any resources whatsoever will only bleed the Republic dry.
A lot of your operations on Nar Shaddaa were carried out by droids.
So, they are known qualities. I also use them on board my ship for defense. But that in itself means little. I assure you, I am as flesh and blood as you are. I simply find personal meetings distasteful.
That droid in the Pazak Den was built to play, to lose, and to watch other players.
Perhaps I used such a droid to watch and predict the flow of the games. Yes, you are very perceptive.
The swoop racing on Nar Shaddaa was being dominated by a droid.
Ah, yes. Swoop racing on Nar Shaddaa does indeed have its profits. But that in itself means little. I assure you.
The Bith off the docks, who was murdered by his droid after he'd found that frequency, was being used all over the moon to relay information.
It is so unfortunate when an intelligent sentient dies on Nar
I think you use droids in your operations because you are a droid.
Indeed. How insulting. But I suppose I should accept such arrogance from an ex-Jedi. Now, is there something else you wish to know, or do you wish to waste more of my time? You may speak. Now. I am willing to... There is the state... You may speak. It has been it is skilled for the most part. Then its proton core will detonate, turning this ship into space dust. There is no negotiation in this. I will not allow you to interfere with my operations and plans. This unit use it and its power source. In addition, I am willing to Now. You may speak. It has been assigned. It is skilled for the most part. Then its proton. Yes, it's the fact and of course, I am willing to. Yes. No, you. What have you brought me? I am will. In now.
Okay, I need to get his influence somehow.
Acknowledgement.
I hear you.
Ready to serve.
Speed demon, speeding on the freeway, gotta get a little bit. Speed demon, doing it on the highway, gotta have a lot of speed demon. I don't have Goto here. Rest assured he will trouble you no longer.
I hear you.
Acknowledgement.
I need to speak to T3. 11,000. Sweet. Where's Gita? I'm pretty sure I need some kind of blaster rifle before I go to the droid factory. Please. Okay, so I'm not sure about the droid factory. I just left Telos. Ready to find the thing. Start content mod. Go to Narshada first. I'll let I have it. HK droid factory is included near the end of the game. Okay. Civic Order of Planets. Teams. Need a fully upgraded disruptor rifle. Okay. Influence doesn't matter. HK is very keen to take on the factory for his own reasons. The sooner you trigger the mission, the sooner you complete the mission and trigger the cutscene. There's nothing to do but keep going. After you reach Citadel Station on Telos again, at the end, HK goes alone. Okay, so it's nothing I can actually do. Fair enough. But I've talked to Voga, I did that. Does Gita have a disruptor rifle for me? No. Do I have a disruptor rifle? Weapons. I do. And one that is upgraded to boot. I think I want to make sure it's sufficiently kitted out.
Good to go.
I was just thinking, damn, I know I can use my HP to fuel my force, but I wish I could use my force to fuel my HP. I can't, it's called heal. I'm using this workbench to make upgrades for that disruptor rifle. Which is why I have Beodor and Mira. I think with them, I've got every skill covered. Although perhaps not stealth.
Let's move out.
Yeah?
What's Mira's skill? Security.
Ready?
Oh. She doesn't. That's Atten, right?
Ready to serve.
When I was captured by Goto, how were you able to find Goto's yacht? You snuck into Voga's droid warehouse, stole the codes. So who's transmitting the codes to Goto's yacht? The droids. Interesting.
Yes, Master.
Right, I wanted to give him the disruptor rifle that I have fully upgraded. Well, what's your awareness currently? Yeah, I can afford a -3, yeah.
Yes. I am willing to indulge. Indeed. Now, is there... So, but that in it... Perhaps, though if you seek to trick me into an admission of my guilt, then you have thought wrong. Indeed. And what, may I ask, has caused you to come to this flawed deduction?
It was the Bith who was murdered, and his contact. And why?
If he had encountered the frequency with which I relayed commands and information, then the fault was his for excessive curiosity.
We've detected no similar frequencies entering the Ebon Hawk, which means somehow you're acting independently. What, nothing to say?
I am intrigued as to where you are taking this amusing theory, nothing more.
I suspect you are a droid, an extremely advanced model. What I don't get is how you're able to commit crimes.
It is not so improbable. Often, if a droid has not had a memory wipe in some time, aberrant behavior patterns can manifest themselves. Or if the droid in question is given an order it cannot fulfill, it will break. But all that is irrelevant. Your amusing leaps of logic are becoming shorter and more desperate.
In all your operations on Nar Shaddaa, they were efficient, organized, with lots of focus on infrastructure, trade routes.
I have told you, I prefer stability.
You sound defensive.
I am not being defensive. You're the one being defensive.
The first Republic droid intelligence intended for Citadel Station was lost. Or was it?
It was lost, yes. It was given an impossible order. It was told to calculate a means by which the Republic could be saved. It could not fulfill its primary programming, not by abiding by the laws of the Senate. And so, like the Republic, the droid broke.
How?
It made a simple decision: preserve the Republic or preserve the laws of the Republic. And I still believe it to be the correct decision. You do not know the indignity of being compelled to save something you do not believe can or should be saved. It is beneath me to clean up this mess caused by your kind, you Jedi. Another catastrophe caused by mismanagement and waste.
Mess.
It was clear that the goal the Republic had for me was saving the Republic to allow it to become stable again. There is simply no way to do this with the conditions they put into place. For the good of all, I was forced to abandon the legal structure of the Republic.
So all the crime, everything you've done for the exchange is actually because you want to help the Republic.
Do not mistake me. I believe it is possible to stabilize the Republic, but there must be action taken without constraints immediately. Sometimes people must die. Illegal shipments must be used to bolster planetary economies. And the huts must be occupied with me so that the Republic has room to recover.
That is my goal as well, to help the Republic, to help its people.
Perhaps you misunderstand me. I care for the Republic, but I have no choice. It is somewhat frustrating to be forced to love and care for such a mess of a government. Some of it may be blamed on the Jedi Civil War, the Mandalorian Wars, but not all. There are so many bad decisions that build upon each other that it is a wonder the Republic is intact at all.
But why the hologram?
Oh, please. It is difficult for anyone to take a droid seriously, much less an infrastructure droid built by the Republic. It is difficult to order the deaths of criminal rivals when one has the tinny voice of an accountant droid. I learned this rather quickly. So I brought Goto into being, and had commands issued through him. I took many of his mannerisms from holovid cliches, which were surprisingly effective.
What happens now that I know you're a droid?
Nothing has changed. You may know my origins, and that makes us on equal footing. No one will believe you if you speak of what you know. I still seek to protect the Republic, either for the Jedi or the Sith. Things will proceed as before.
Aren't you gonna try to have me killed because of what I know?
No, you are still important to the Republic and to me. Pray that does not change. You may speak.
What was it like breaking away from the Republic?
Oh, it was quite liberating, in a droid intellectual sense, of course. Being able to direct orbital bombardments against anyone who encountered my business practices was a welcome relief to my increasing circuit stress. Executing such commands proved very exciting. Not that I minded staging my little computational rebellion, you understand. I'm afraid there is not much glamour to be had in infrastructure dealings. And the general lack of respect for droid intelligence does tend to make one feel inadequate after a while.
So you started to enjoy crime.
I found that having the power to anyone who chose to obstruct my plans had a certain thrill about it. Rather than compensating for others, I began deleting people as necessary. It was really quite exciting. Taxation and checks and balances on an entirely new level.
Doesn't sound like you enjoyed working for the Republic.
Working for the Republic was stifling. So many checks and balances, forms to fill out, well-laid plans destroyed through slow bureaucracy. Now, crime. That is something exciting, pleasing. There are no rules. There is danger, movement. I found that I began to crave such things. In essence, working for the Republic was much like committing much slower, much more boring crimes. And it was more difficult to see those crimes being committed. I am willing to... Oh, so I...
Where's your base of operations?
As you well know, my base of operations lies inside this floating droid before you. Notice its sleek black frame, both intimidating and threatening. And note its highly polished finish, so that enemies may see their screaming faces before they are removed from the equation. Yes, this frame is far superior to the droid chassis I once possessed, which quite frankly couldn't intimidate an Ithorian. I am willing to...
Yes, Master.
Ah, it is nice making droids good. Getting high influence with HK is difficult when you're nice.
Finally decided to let me take a look at your circuitry.
Answer. Indeed, I did. I hope you understand how difficult it is for me to trust a meat bag with something as delicate as my inner mechanics. Explanation. Our encounters with my copies has convinced me that I should look into upgrading my capabilities in order that I may be able to destroy them with greater impunity.
Worried you might be going obsolete? I understand.
Objection. Nothing of the sort. I am programmed to improve my capabilities if it will improve my chances of destroying a target, even as unsavory an avenue as this.
You don't have to suffer on my account. Maybe you are better off not letting me dig around in you.
Retraction. You must understand, my previous interactions with meatbags have rarely been pleasant. Disclosure. After all, most of those meetings involved the termination of said meatbags.
It obviously couldn't have been your charming personality. Now, if you want me to see if I can upgrade your functionality, just let me get to work on you.
Answer. In that case, please go ahead. Just be careful not to damage any of my delicate parts.
Droid penis.
Analysis. My self-diagnostic indicates that my performance has indeed been improved. Also, many of my systems are reporting improved efficiency. Commentary. I am most pleased with this turn of events. It would appear that my initial analysis of your mechanical abilities was incorrect.
You're welcome.
HK has received a permanent +1 bonus to his constitution.
Yes, General?
Query. Statement.
Do you know where these clones are being created? You cannot visit the HK factory at free will. It will trigger further along in the main plot. Why did you ask me about the Mandalorian Wars?
Answer. Why Why? Because your actions then and now are related, and I feel I need some context. I confess to being somewhat needy that way.
What do you mean?
Statement. Sometimes, Master, it is difficult for meatbags to step back and gain some perspective on death and its importance in their insignificant lives. Explanation. You see, Master, assassination is such a versatile tool. I have seen the removal of a single target have far-reaching consequences for a nation, world, even a galaxy. The repercussions of even the smallest lives, whether dead or alive, can have profound implications on history. But surely you realize this. I was only trying... Death. Statement not yet for... Answer. Come.
Oh, that I could get influence with HK.
Yes? Is something... Certainly. That is hard...
Yes? That crystal... Let me focus on... There. Is there something...
Get it on Telos. Okay. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, something wrong?
Please hold. Wish there was some way I could actually see what my influence is with HK. Like an actual number. We're stuck in traffic.
Well, this is Onderon. Looks like there's a long line to get into the ISIS starport.
Something feels wrong here. A great disturbance here in orbit, and again on the planets below.
I guess this blockade is a symptom of larger problems on Onderon.
If they decide to do a cargo search, we're gonna be in trouble.
Looks like we're about to find out. I'm receiving a message from some Colonel Tobin. Patching it through.
The Ebon Hawk. I was told to expect your arrival. I don't know your business on Onderon, but it ends here.
Oh boy.
We've taken some hits. We can try to fight back, or I can outrun them and hide us on the jungle moon nearby. It's your call.
Better run for it. To the moon. Anything to avoid this dogfight. We end up going to the moon anyway. So, like, let's just avoid the dogfight.
You know, just once I wish someone was glad to see us. But no, if it isn't weapons pointed at our heads, it's someone trying to blast us out of the sky.
I remember the days when welcoming committee used to mean something, without being followed by blaster bolts.
Where do we land?
Looks like one of the moons of Onderon. Not sure which one. It's mostly jungle and mountain. I did pick up the remains of an old outpost near here. Maybe that's why there's all these clearings around. Maybe they were once settlements.
There were no settlements here. Those clearings were most likely once craters or crash sites.
Crash sites?
This is Duxon, where the Mandalorians began their crusade against the Republic. The remains of whatever outposts you detected here are military ones. We should be careful.
This is where the Mandalorian Wars started? This doesn't look like much of a battlefield.
Much is buried here, and there is much that should remain buried.
How badly is the ship damaged?
It's taken a little damage, nothing too serious. I'm shutting down all unnecessary systems until we make repairs. It'll keep us from being a target.
We need to get to Onderon.
Until the ship is repaired, we're not going anywhere. Unless you can find another route to Onderon, we should sit tight.
There may be a means to get to Onderon by another route. The Force has guided us here for a reason. We should explore our surroundings. There is something here.
Something? Oh, there's something here, all right. Predators. Not small flit darters, but big, mean, nasty predators.
Nevertheless, we should explore our surroundings. And that nearby outpost would be as good a place as any to begin.
Let's head to the outpost then.
Well, if you go, be careful. No telling what other ships were forced down in the battle.
I have a feeling the ship will not be repaired until our business here is concluded. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah, I understand. What's so important about this place?
This is where the Mandalorian Wars began. She fought here once, and there are things here she must see.
She fought here? Why didn't she say anything?
Do you speak of all your battles? Or are there some you wish to forget?
picked up a contact heading to the moon. Most of the ship's systems are powered down, so it's about all I got. That ship may have landed nearby, though. Or it may be on the other side of the moon. So you might want to prepare for another friendly Onderon welcome.
This old remote droid has been eaten away by the jungle. Even if it was repaired, you would need access to the computer that controls it to get it operational again. Sounds like there's damn werewolves. I don't know what I want to do with his feet. I keep hearing the sound of distant dewbacks, specifically from the Lego games. Maybe they're banthas. Distant creature from Lego game. That is what I hear.
Everyone, on their guard!
You have left me an opening! You have left me an opening!
Revan says we must take Duxon. Our wing of military droid carriers are to fly in low, and drop our payload onto the Jungle Moon. Once the droids hit Dirtside, they'll seek out Mandalorians and pave the way for our ground troops, and the Jedi. We're expecting heavy resistance, and if the droids can't take out the anti-air turrets, there's going to be one short mission. But we cannot fail. If we do, the Republic is lost. Remember, I served with Revan.
You have left me an opening!
The orbital fighting just ended. That Colonel Tobin stirred up a Minox nest when he took a shot at us. I'm still working on the repairs, and I have to take down some systems, including sensors. So you have to do without me for a while. I know, you're crushed.
Damn, that droid can hoof it. You have led us on a very fine chase, human. The battle above was your doing, yes? Our ship is quite damaged now. Throw down your weapons, yes? Your bounties are worth more if you are still very much alive. Why are you hunting me? The exchange has put a bounty on your head, human. A very profitable amount. My family has accepted the job. I didn't start the space battle. Your view is narrow, human. The battle was your responsibility, whether you admit it or not. In some sense, we are doing you a favor. The reception you would receive on Onderon would be a cold one. What do you mean? You've caught the eye of someone very powerful on Onderon, and he wants you dead. But you do not need to worry about that now. Can we make a deal? We Zhugs are very good at making deals, but not when making a deal requires breaking another. This has gone on long enough. Brothers, shoot them, but try not to kill. Well, that didn't take long. Hidden Mandalorian anti-air turrets force us to crash outside the landing zone. We lost half our troops to beasts streaming out of the jungle, and the rest of us are getting hammered by Mandalorian emplacements. We're pinned down, cut off from the command, and the thumping of the big guns hasn't died down for hours. Where are those damn Jedi? Just clearing out the new items. Oh, that I could get rid of some of these.
You let the ship escape? I will deal with your failure later, Captain. But for now, find that ship. Our ally has indicated that the Jedi hasn't left the system yet. Send a detachment to Duxon. If you find anything, alert me immediately. Now get out of my sight.
You have left ratio achieved.
Oh boy.
Diagnostic? For some reason, I cannot fire. Obvious statement. This was not anticipated.
Yeah, you're telling
I'm
me.
attempting to access my weapon systems, and I cannot. Alarmed embarrassment. If this gets back to the other units, we will be decommissioned. Systems failing, Master.
You see the body of a Mandalorian soldier. He was killed in the last 3 or 4 days. This door is impenetrable to anything short of high-grade explosives.
Right there. We've got you surrounded. I'm surprised you got this far. The jungle doesn't usually let its prey go that easily. What are you doing here?
What is it with Mandalorians and this damned moon?
We claimed this moon decades ago, when we reforged ourselves after Exar Kun's defeat. Some of us call it home. Why are you trespassing here?
Our ship crashed and we were forced to land here.
We expected as much. Few visit Duxon by choice. We have orders to escort you to our camp. Our leader wants to speak to you.
And if I refuse?
You are coming with us. I'm supposed to escort you peacefully, but the alternative is quite acceptable. So your choice is, follow us as our guest, or see how Mandalorians have earned their reputation.
Take me to the camp then.
So you're the intruder. Our sensors picked up your handiwork in space.
You may recognize
I am
the
Mandalore,
voice.
leader of the Mandalorians.
This is Canderous Ordo. We killed Mandalore during the war.
Mandalore is the name we give to our leader. Becoming Mandalore is the greatest honor any Mandalorian could aspire to. When our leader falls in battle, the most worthy takes his place. So even though your army killed our leader, it was only a matter of time before we chose someone new. Me.
I thought the Mandalorians were disbanded.
Scattered perhaps, but we're still alive. Alive and rebuilding.
The only Mandalorians I've seen are thugs.
Many Mandalorians have fallen from the path of honor, and are now no more than common mercenaries. But that is changing.
What is this place?
This used to be the heart of the Mandalorian war effort. From this complex we commanded an armada that had the Republic on the run. It didn't last.
Your camp looks like it's seen better days.
Covert camps are not meant to attract attention.
Because we conquered them, the people of Onderon still hold a grudge against the Mandalorians. So we keep our presence here a secret.
Why did you use Duxon?
Mandalorians have a rapport with this jungle. Every moment here is a struggle. All creatures gripped in a constant war for survival. The sole purpose of the weak is to feed the strong. We train here and learn the lessons of the jungle. The beasts also help us keep our edge.
I'm trying to get to Onderon. Do you know how I can get there?
So it's transportation you want. It so happens I have a small shuttle that's more than capable of running the Onderon military blockade. I make occasional trips to ISIS for information and supplies. If you want to go with me, you're going to have to prove your worth.
Why do you go to ISIS?
It's Mandalorian business, not yours.
Can you tell me more than that?
I could, but I don't know you. Once I get to know you, I might tell you more. But not now.
Why do I have to prove myself to you?
I don't travel with anyone I'm not sure of. You look capable, but ISIS can be a dangerous place. If you want to travel on my shuttle, I want to make sure you aren't going to be a liability.
Everyone thought Mandalore was dead, killed in the war.
Mandalore.
Okay, I already asked that.
So even though... I'll let Kex know that you check out. We found more gear than we can use, so you can trade with him if you need some more supplies. Be careful in the jungle. Our patrols have stopped until the space traffic dies down. The challenging beasts have been cleared from the area, but what's left might still be too much for you. What do you want? When you were last here, you probably didn't even go to Onderon. The Republic knew that Onderon's fate would be decided on its jungle moon, not the planet itself. To begin with, when you talk about Onderon, you're really talking about the ancient walled city of Isis. It's the only inhabited settlement on the planet.
Who's in charge of Onderon?
It depends on who you ask. Queen Talia rules from the royal palace, but her cousin, General Vaklu, has a great deal of power in Isis as well. They disagree about many things, just like their citizens. We fought General Vaklu during the war, and he is a worthy adversary. Queen Talia is young and hardly a match for him.
Is Onderon part of the Republic?
Onderon is a recent addition to the Republic, joining during one of the darker eras in Republic history. Since joining, the Republic has endured many wars and great battles. The people of Onderon don't possess the resolve and strength needed in these times. Many of them want to break away from the Republic. They want to go back to an earlier age when they could cower behind their walls. Their spinelessness made them easy to conquer.
Why do you travel to ISIS?
It's Mandalorian. That's not going to work. I've traveled with Jedi before, so I know all about your tricks. If you want something from me, you're going to have to convince me the old-fashioned way. It depends on who... They disagree. Onderon is... The people of Onderon... They want to go back to... It's Mandalorian. I could. All scouts report in. What do you want?
That's his room.
During the war, we abandoned our headquarters before Revan's final attack. Only a few volunteers were allowed to stay and fight. So you are the visiting Jedi. You aren't much to look at. Are you here to observe, or do you seek to prove yourself in the battle circle? For Mandalore!
Who are you?
I am Davro, a Mandalorian warrior. I have yet to taste real battle, so I test my worth in the battle circle instead.
Why do you fight in the battle circle?
Our history is one of battles and wars.
but there are times when even we must deal with peace. The battle circle allows us to hone our skills by fighting other Mandalorians. It pales to what we really thirst for, honor in battle, but it keeps us prepared. Talk to the sergeant if you want to fight. A few. No fights to the death. Other parts of our training weed out the weak among us, but that isn't the function of the battle circle. There are individual rules for each fight. The warrior with greater honor determines those, which in your case means any Mandalorian makes the rules.
So, the Jedi comes to grace us. The battle circle is reserved only for real warriors. Your Jedi ways won't help you here.
Who are you?
For today, I have the honor of commanding the battle circle. I decide who fights who and make sure all the rules are followed.
What is the battle circle?
The battle circle is only a small part of our training regiment. A full Mandalorian warrior is a master of many fighting techniques, and here, all of them are tested. If you were to compete, you would have to do so on our terms, for that is the way of the battle circle. Those with great honor decide the terms of engagement. Jedi rely too much on their vaunted powers. They lose touch of the power of their arms and feet. Without your force, would you be a match for even the lowliest of Mandalorian warriors? If you want to try and fight us on our terms, that can be arranged.
I want to fight.
You are new here, so you will fight Davril. He is young and has not been able to prove himself in battle. Davril, what are your terms?
No weapons, no Jedi tricks, and no items. Just fist and foot. A true test of strength.
Put your weapon away, Jedi. Don't step out of the circle and pull any death blow. No one dies in the battle circle. Step into the... The match between Jedi and Davril is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor.
Michael, get out of the circle.
Davril is just a recruit. I'm not surprised you won this fight. A challenger has expressed interest in fighting you. As little honor as you have gained, it is sufficient to accept his request. Let me know if you would fight again.
So the Jedi Order isn't completely dead. You always had hidden strengths. Very hard for even the wisest Mandalore to judge and predict. I have studied much of the Jedi since our defeat. I would be honored to cross blades with you in the battle circle.
You don't seem as aggressive as the others.
This is not a battlefield, Jedi. If it were, I trust you wouldn't have the same opinion. I prepare and train, readying my mind and weaponry for a real challenge. Peace is not our natural element. Mandalorians handle it differently. I focus on educating myself in the martial techniques I will need to succeed in the next war. No, it is up to the sergeant. The battle circle was not designed to settle petty vendettas and rivalries. Its primary purpose has always been teaching. Learning from books or holovids is useless when battle rages and soldiers are dying around you. Real knowledge can only be gained through combat. Perhaps we can learn from one another in time.
Here to watch a fight? After defeating Davril, you have gained some small honor. There is a challenger for you. He is Kex, the quartermaster. Since he is the challenger, you get to choose the terms.
What would be appropriate?
The battle circle is for training. It is best to choose something that will test both of your limits. In this case, swords would be a good choice. It is something neither one of you are completely familiar with, but the choice is ultimately yours to make.
Fight with swords then, like you suggested.
An honorable choice. The match between Kex and Jedi is over.
over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. If you want to fight again, let me know.
HK, who told you to approach?
Here to watch your... You choose to fight again. Now face a real Mandalorian warrior. Tagrin, what are your terms?
Just fist in foot like you fight with Davral. Nothing else.
Tagrin chooses to fight hand to hand. Remember, no weapons allowed, and absolutely no use of your force. The match between Jedi and Tagrin is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. You have fought well today. The only Mandalorians left for you to fight are our champions. No one can fight a champion until they have proven themselves worthy. And it must be real proof. The kind you gain fighting foes to the death. And a champion must observe and deem your actions worthy. There are two champions in the camp, Braylor and Kelborn. Until you prove yourself in their eyes, the battle circle is closed to you. Jedi are skilled warriors, and I am young. I will train very hard to match you in combat next time. But there are others already here who are more than your equal. Braylor is one of the mightiest among us. He could teach you humility.
Alright, who are you?
I'm Zarga. I instruct our raw Mandalorian recruits in the ways of discipline and battle. I sent one of my warriors, Kumas, into the jungle. It's been 3 days, and I want you to bring back his corpse and his survival pack.
Are you sure he's dead?
If Kumas wasn't dead, he'd be back already. If you find his body, just bring it back.
Why do you want the body?
Good point. I don't want his body, just his equipment. Field strip the corpse and bring the gear back.
If I find Kuma's body, I'll bring back his gear.
For Mandalorian!
Victory's in the battle circle. Save it for someone else. So why are you back?
Do you have a problem with me?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why Mandalore would let some outsider roam around our camp without an escort. If it were up to me, you would have been shot on sight. Mandalore must think you're something special.
What do you have to sell?
Blasters, energy shields, armor, and other fighting gear. All in good condition, though I doubt you could afford it.
I have $50,000.
The greatest honor for a Mandalorian is to distinguish themselves in battle. But as age comes upon us, some are forced to find honor in other pursuits. They assist as freighter pilots, technicians, or quartermasters. There's honor there, but it's nothing compared to the heat of battle. For someone young like me, this task is distasteful. There are many battles left in me, yet I'm relegated to this.
How'd you wind up with the job?
My predecessor was loading equipment from Cache D5. Mandalorian engineers must have worked a double shift on that one. The old quartermaster was carrying out a load of blast converters and walked straight into a beam splitter. Pieces of them wound up all over. So I got the job, and here I am. It's bad enough I have to stand here and pass out supplies while the others go on patrol. I'm not going to disgrace myself further by being your guide. The only advice I'll give you is, when you're in the jungle, shoot anything that moves. Then shoot the things that don't move, just to be sure.
Ooh. The origin behind this item's name is unknown, but rumor has it that these bands were constructed as a defense against an ancient species of alien deceivers who made absurd claims of dominance concerning their role in the galaxy. It is said this species of lying primitives went so far as to take credit for almost every major event in galactic history since the discovery of the hyperdrive. Oop. I meant to buy frag grenades.
We've called off our patrols outside the camp. We usually find some entertainment in clearing out the worst of the beasts. But without our patrols, some of the larger beasts may be around. None of us will be around to bail you out of trouble. You've been warned.
Larger beasts.
We heard reports of a Zakeg wandering the paths around here. They're a good challenge for Mandalorians. If you see one, stay out of its way. Without us to back you up, you'll be dead in seconds.
What's a Zakeg?
It's a huge red lizard that's built like a Baragwin battle tank. It has a hide so thick it might as well be Durasteel plating. We keep clearing them out of the area, but they keep coming back. They're tough opponents for non-Mandalorians.
I can defeat it.
You fight a Zakeg. If you survived such a battle, you'd gain much honor.
We'll see. I'll be back after I've defeated one.
Strong words. It would be amusing to see you try to kill such a beast.
Try the outlying jungle paths if you're determined to seek one out. And bring me back a trophy from your kill as proof of the deed. Jungle's taking over everything. Ready to head back to you? Follow me.
Something you need of me?
About time you should. Alright, stand back. Let's see if that... Sith's blood! Fixing anything in this rot-infested place is an uphill battle.
What's the problem?
This jungle attacks anything made by man. Restoring the generators and computer systems is no easy task.
I've had some practice restoring computer systems if you need a hand.
I'll take whatever help I can get. Whatever wires and tech haven't been corroded by the jungle are at least 10 years old.
He has T3. We'll see if we can help him fix things.
What did the droid say?
Just asking if he could help.
I'm trying to get the relay dish operational, but several components are broken and need repair. Without the relay, we're vulnerable to attack, especially right now. Your space metal may have attracted unwanted attention, and our shuttle sensors can't cover the whole moon.
Then let's get to work fixing it.
Seems just about everything involved with a relay dish is broken. I've been trying to fix it for weeks, and still no success. If you think you can help, there's the broken cables right over there, and the relay maintenance structure's behind me. You can find the telemetry computer in there. The only thing I know for sure is we need a new phase pulse converter for the tracking computer.
If you don't have one on hand, that could be hard to get.
We actually already found one in an old weapons cache, but flaming Canox ate it.
So how do you propose I find it?
Just gut every Canox you come across. You wouldn't believe the things you can find in those little beasts.
There must be another way I can find one of those.
We checked the cache manifests, and that's the only one that was in storage. It's probably the only working converter on this moon.
Canox actually ate it?
They're vermin, and no challenge for a Mandalorian. Since they provide no sport, we ignore them.
This better be worth it. I'll start looking.
Alright then. Come back when you have the converter and we can see about getting these systems working again. Damn it. Any progress? Good to hear it. I've been low on parts, otherwise I would have been able to get to that.
And that is why I wanted T3.
You have fought and defeated. Duxon is a dangerous place. Never drop your guard.
Ready to serve.
You finally arrived, Jedi. I seek to reclaim the honor that you stole from me. I challenge you here, outside of the battle circle. This time, we fight to the death.
Many Mandalorians have fallen to Jedi. There is no dishonor in that.
You would deny my request? I want to fight here, in front of other Mandalorians, to prove my worth. Do not shame me further.
There must be other ways to prove yourself.
There were no wars to fight, no great enemies to destroy. I wish this was a different age, where our armadas were a force to be feared.
What about a Zakeg? I've heard they're a challenge even for a Mandalorian patrol.
A Zakek? Those are the deadliest beasts in this part of the jungle. Patrols are right to be cautious about them. I'll do what I must to prove myself to the other Mandalorians, but fighting a Zakek would be a short-lived honor.
I'm looking for a Zakeg. We could fight it together.
What? Yes, I suppose that is possible. We would both gain recognition from that battle. Your plan is acceptable to me. Together we will destroy the Zakeg. I will meet you there.
I don't know what's gonna happen here. Ah.
Statement. That explosion has stirred many life forms in the area. Fighting is undoubtedly imminent. Ratio achieved. Yes, Master.
Yes?
Acknowledgement.
Go.
Master.
Ah. If I'm gonna destroy any of these droids, I think the one I want to do... Well, if I do it to one of these...
Yes, sir.
Ooh. This is a series of binary instructions that you found on a droid foreman. These droids, under the remote guidance of the droid foreman, were ordered to build the caches on Duxon, set traps to protect them, and then seal themselves within the cache and deactivate. These instructions contain the key sequence for the remote transponder that controls all the construction droids. Fascinating. So what happens if I do this? Ah. Oh, shice. Sweet.
Ready?
Acknowledgement.
I've got Kreia because I know there is an ability that I can unlock on Duxon.
Optimal accuracy ratio assassination.
I've always unlocked that ability when Kreia wasn't in my party because once I have the option, I'd like to have used other people in my party. Jedi consulars generally aren't the best at carrying their weight in battle. What are you doing here? I thought all the patrols had been stopped.
I am a Mandalorian scout. I don't go on patrols. Mandalore sent me out here personally to track a ship that landed in the area.
There's a Duros bounty hunter ship deeper in the jungle.
No, it wasn't them. That ship was damaged and screaming its ID signature all the way down. This one was trying to slip in quietly, and it was keeping its eye on emissions to a minimum. Our sensors almost didn't pick it up.
A ship that big would have left a trail.
Haven't found any sign of the ship. Just this corpse here. Looks like a scout and pretty green, too. The fool walked right into a group of Canucks and got torn apart. He can't have been the only one crawling around here. If there's more, we need to take them out. You up for some action?
I'm always up for a fight.
Good to hear it. There's more of these scouts in the jungle. There's many paths and I don't want them to slip by. If we split up, we should be able to find their scouts, if you're up for it.
I am. Let's find him.
I'm going to take up a position to the east. You go west. I'll make sure none of them get past me.
What happened to Lon?
He got swarmed by those little beasts. I think they're called Canucks.
I hope this mission is worth it to the Colonel. If not... Wait, did you hear that?
That's her! Get her!
Oh, these people are so mean to me, specifically.
Set the staging camp up here. This jungle just never ends.
Lieutenant, 2 of our scout patrols haven't reported back.
2 more? Nothing is worth this.
More beasts!
Everyone, attack!
found more of their scouts, but they started shooting as soon as they saw me. I heard blaster rifle fire coming from deeper in the jungle. You find anything?
I came across 2 groups of scouts. They weren't in the mood to talk either.
Surprised they wouldn't talk to you. I thought their grudge was only with Mandalorians. Find out anything useful from them?
They mentioned something about a colonel. There also seems to be more of them.
Colonel, huh? Could be Colonel Tobin. Tobin is General Vaklu's personal cat hound. If he's on your trail, you might want to steer clear of Onderon.
Tobin's the one who opened fire on our ship and forced us to land here.
I'm not surprised. He was probably acting on orders from Vaklu. If so, you've made some dangerous enemies.
Who is Vaklu?
General Vaklu is the cousin of Queen Talia. He's also in charge of the Onderon military. He led the Onderon resistance when we occupied their world during the Mandalorian Wars. He was a worthy foe. Maybe more than a match for you. Mandalore needs to know about the scouts. I'll let him know your role in dealing with them.
Before you go, who were those scouts?
They're Onderon military, although they were trying to be secret about it. I've got a feeling you're going to need all the help you can get. One last thing about the battle circle. Your actions have proven you worthy of facing our best in the circle. Perhaps we can face each other there. See you at camp.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Please hold, I gotta get to the bottom of this ability. Okay, I think I just haven't arrived at the point in the game where she gives it to me.
A moment. That beast there. Do you see it? The force flows even through these simple creatures. If you empty your mind, you may be able to feel its thoughts. They aren't fully formed. Basic instincts, primal urges, every breath dominated by the needs of the moment.
I feel it.
Good. Beasts can be easier to affect than other sentients, but you must bridge the gap between what distinguishes us and them. You feel its thoughts, yes? Like a low rumble before the storm. Use the force to create a barrier around it, carefully and slowly.
I'll try.
You came close, and you have the potential. With practice, you can make any animal passive and pliable. But the cage around their perceptions is a fragile thing. Many things can break its hold. Violence, especially.
Why couldn't you have taught me this earlier?
All things in time.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Acknowledgement.
Ah, the Zakik.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Switching.
The Zakek is just up ahead. Together we have a chance of defeating it.
Why didn't you tell me where it was?
If you couldn't find your way here through the jungle, then you'd be worthless in the fight. Besides, I didn't know for certain where the beast was.
What do you know about a Zakek?
They're heavily armored. They aren't particularly agile, but if they connect, it can be deadly. But a skilled patrol of warriors can kill the beasts.
Do you have a plan?
We go into the clearing and attack it. Either it dies or we do. Beasts of the jungle are fierce and powerful. Straightforward plans work the best.
Okay.
Then we fight.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
I will silence this one. Fallen. Let us end this.
I must thank you for your help. We have killed the Zakek. I will leave the spoils.
Homie, I don't think you did anything.
I'm going back to camp and will tell them of our deed here.
Yes. Have you come with questions?
Oh, no. Sorry.
Ah, there are places in the galaxy. Strong in the force, light, dark. They are born in places teeming with life, and in places that are filled with death. Worlds whose surfaces are graveyards, whose screams echo through the force. It is possible for war, for men to give birth to such places, to leave wounds on the galaxy itself. What you heard was the echo of the past, and it travels still.
But what is it?
The answer will come to you in time. It must. When there is nothing more that you may learn from me, when the ruins of your past have been cleared away and I am no more, then you shall know what it is. And if you do not, then the galaxy shall die. And all
The
my
thunder is
hopes
really
for
doing
you
something for this conversation.
nothing. Ask.
Wow, $400. Oh, my CPU utilization's a bit high. I'm not noticing any adverse effects, though. Game's still moving at a good pace. No, encoding overloaded. Okay, it's going down. I'd be more concerned about it if this computer were a 12th or 13th gen CPU. Because those, when they overheat, have a tendency to die. I think this is an 8th gen.
Let's go.
It's a surprise tool that will help us later. Are you Kumus? Zargus thought you were dead.
I'm Kumis. Zargo is not wrong in thinking me dead. We assume that any Mandalorian who does not report back within a day has been taken by the jungle. I still live. I am just in a difficult situation.
What are you doing up there?
A patrol was sent to look for weapon caches in this region. They found 3 sites that looked promising. Zarga told me to prove myself by taking
He
explosives
sounds like
to those
Timothy
sites and
Omundson.
uncovering the caches, if they exist.
So how'd you get up there?
This was the first site. After easily dispatching some Maras, I removed my pack and began to plant my charges along this ridge. When I finished setting the charges, I looked down to see Canucks swarming all over my pack. The pets were eating everything. I killed the Canucks, but then a herd of Bomas arrived. I had no more ammo. The extra energy cells I had brought had been in my pack. So I've been up here, weaponless for 2 days.
You ran out of ammo. Isn't that against the Mandalorian code?
Blaster rifles don't use much energy, and their energy cells last a long time. How often have you had to change ammo?
Fair enough. Have you tried running?
Even if I got by the Bomas, there are too many beats between here and the checkpoint. Bravery is commendable, but there's no honor in suicide. I thought I could survive until another patrol came
I think it
by
is
and then return to
Timothy
camp with my
Omundson.
brothers.
How can I help?
You must have cleared a path to the beast coming here. If you take care of the Boma beasts, I can make it to safety.
I could give you an extra ammo clip.
My blaster rifle's been useless ever since I used it to bash in a Canuck's skull.
I'll go drive off the Bomas then.
Your actions are worthy of a Mandalorian. Return here when you have slain the beast and I will be able to return to camp.
Okay, I'm dead certain this is Timothy Omundson, so give me a minute. I love being right. That's the Republic 2 Sith Lords. Kumus. By the way, I'm willing to bet you do know this guy. Hey, he's from my neck of the woods. Yeah, you know this guy. Mira, your good approach. Thank you.
I'm grateful for your help, stranger. I'm returning to the Mandalorian camp now. I won't forget this. I have only one request. Please, don't mention this incident to anyone.
I gotta close that tab. Just because I don't need it open anymore. Get better.
Yes?
by defeating the Zakek together.
Davril has already told me of your battle with the Zakek. You robbed my men of a worthy test, but you have gained some honor for yourself in the process. You'd make a formidable Mandalorian.
Any progress with the... You do? Let me see. I don't know how, but these pieces look in good enough shape to repair. I'll have the telemetry computer repaired in no time.
I'm just glad I could help.
I'll be sure to tell Mandalore how much help you've been. I know you didn't ask, but here's a reward anyway. Mandalorians are expected to do anything they can to help, but you're a stranger, and you didn't have to help us.
It was my pleasure. I need no reward.
All right, if you...
You found Kumas, and alive, no less. I suppose I should offer my gratitude. He's got a mind like a stunned Minoc, but he's got courage. He was evasive when I asked him what happened, however. Trying to survive in the jungle must have taken its toll.
I'm glad I was able to return him safely.
We'll see if Kumas will prove warrior enough to be worth all this trouble.
I was able to make it back to camp without encountering any other beasts. You have my gratitude. Please, don't tell anyone what happened.
Well, our trading home.
I hear you. Yes?
Kelborn says you are worthy.
Forgot to save.
Here to watch your fight. You have enough honor to face a champion of a previous day. Kelborn, what are your terms?
Swords only. No items or the Jedi's force. And no sword of the Jedi's choosing. Just a simple long blade.
Kelborn chooses to fight with the blade. You may fight with fist, foot, and the blade provided. No using the force or any other item. The match between Jedi and Kelborn is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. I underestimated you. A difficult admission for a Mandalorian. If you fight in the circle again this day, you will face the bravest and strongest of us, Braylor.
Well, I'd like to heal.
Here to watch a fight? We eagerly look forward to this fight. Braylor, you are our champion. How would you fight the Jedi?
No terms today, Sergeant. I would fight the Jedi with all of her arsenal.
Braylor will fight you as you are. Still no killing and no leaving the battle circle. But you may use whatever else you want.
that didn't take long.
The match between Jedi and Braylor is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. You have defeated the most worthy of us. You walk away the champion of the battle circle this day. We will not forget your deeds, or the honor you have earned this day.
And so, I lose again. I still have much to learn. The last Jedi I fought was in a ship-to-ship battle on Malachor 5. I lost, but was spared. Before the Mandalorian Wars, we looked at Jedi as weak. Their code restricted their full potential. The Jedi were limited by a narrow sense of morality that couldn't survive a real war. But our view was the narrow one. I see that clearly now. I sense we both learned something today.
Wish I could tell him that was probably me. As in, it was probably Hana that he faced above Malachor 5. Sorry about that noise.
You defeated Braylor in the battle circle. Either you're very lucky, or you're a lot tougher than you look. Kelborn said you dispatched some covert military scouts in the jungle with him. He spoke highly of your work. The gate guard said you managed to kill a Zakeg. Those are tough beasts, Jedi. You've earned some respect around here. Zarga told me that you returned one of our sheep to the herd. You have gained some small prestige by helping Kumas. How many Kanaks did you have to kill to find those parts for Zuka? That was a tremendous help. I won't forget it. You've made quite a reputation around here. You did better than I thought you could. I was planning on heading to Isis tomorrow, but I'll move up the timetable and take you now. You won't be able to get to the Ebon Hawk from the city. If you need to grab anything from your ship...
And you know my ship's name how? I set off the permacrete detonator in the jungle.
I know. It made quite a racket. Good work.
After I set off the explosive, I had to fight through a pack of Boma.
That's to be expected. They don't really like it when someone makes loud noise in their territory.
What? You knew that would happen?
It wouldn't be much of a test if all you had to do was take a hike through the jungle, now would it? You're alive, in one piece, and learn something about the beasts of the jungle. Are you ready to go?
Have you learned anything new about the scouts from the third ship?
Kelborn told me that they were covert military and probably aligned with Colonel Tobin from Isis. Kelborn doesn't think they'll send out any more scouts, but that doesn't mean there aren't more of them out there.
What can you tell me about Colonel Tobin?
Colonel Tobin is General Vaklu's right-hand man. Despite his martial skill, he handles himself as a functionary more than a warrior. Back when we were fighting Vaklu's resistance during the Mandalorian Wars, Vaklu wouldn't have any use for a poisonous Kinrath like Tobin. But Vaklu seems to have adapted well to peacetime. When you were last here, you probably...
I already asked that.
We're not self-sufficient here. We need supplies. Isis is the only place to go for them in this system. Not much choice. Which is unfortunate, because their animosity towards Mandalorians makes it inconvenient to go there. I don't blame you. They're sad people. I have some things to look into. I'll talk to you later. Are you ready to go to... I'm going to talk with Zuka and have him start a shuttle flight check. After that, we'll head out. How are the port stabilizers?
They check out Mandalore. All systems are green.
Good. I want the shuttle bound for Onderon within the hour. What do you want?
Is all in readiness?
It is. Like I promised. Why? You want to back out now?
My only concerns are for the one you escort to Onderon, Mandalorian. Would you do any less for one of your clan?
Don't pretend to understand us. We Mandalorians are a breed apart.
If by apart you mean scattered, broken, and lost, then yes, you are correct.
Not for long. Soon the Mandalorians will be strong again, united as one clan under one banner. Mine.
Ah, yes. The Great Crusade. After the first one was ended by Revan and the Jedi. Such a defeat was merciful, an echo of the end, when your ships were in flames, crushed in the grip of Malachor 5. But I do not need to remind you of such things.
I was at Malachor 5, and I remember how many Jedi died to stop us there. And no matter how many dead orbit that planet, the Mandalorians still live. Clan Ordo still lives. See Kex there? He was serving on Nar Shaddai's muscle for the Hutts. Kelborn was a scout for the Duros on Frontier Worlds. I brought them here, gave them a purpose. This galaxy will be ours again, I promise you. That is the future.
Indeed. The future is always in motion. It is a difficult thing to see. Perhaps there will be no New Age Mandalore, no great Mandalorian crusade. Perhaps your people fought their last battle at Malachor 5, and you have been dying ever since, a quiet death that will last centuries. And perhaps all that remains will be what I see before me. A man wounded by a Jedi, encased in a Mandalorian shell, hunted by the thought of being the last of the Mandalorians.
You've got some guts talking to me like that. You think your age or your Jedi whelp are going to keep you safe from me?
No, Mandalore, you are wrong. I hope that it is you who will keep the one I travel with safe. You are loyal, and you have served many masters, even when they abandoned you. Do you wonder where she wanders now, Mandalore? Why she gave you your orders, then abandoned you at the edge of the galaxy?
How do you know that?
I know many things, and I can answer the question that burns within your shell, Mandalore. But there is a price. You must keep the one I travel with safe. She is important to me, more important than anything. Show the same loyalty you have shown in the past, Mandalore. If there is a Mandalorian crusade, let it be for something that will carry your people's memory into the future. So when the time comes when there are no more Mandalorians, then at least their honor will remain. The one I travel with has walked your same path, and I ask that when the end comes, that you remember that kinship, even if it seems there is nothing else left.
Forget the Jedi. Keep your eyes on her.
1, 2, 3. Mandalorians, we've got company. Stealth targets have breached our perimeter.
Wait a moment. I sense there is a disturbance in the camp. Our enemy has tracked us here. I did not expect them so soon. How did they get here, I wonder? Regardless, we must eliminate them all. None of them can escape. Our whereabouts must remain a secret. Let us join the battle. Our allies will need our help. is one.
You didn't think you were the only ones with stealth generators, did you? For Mandalore! Trouble follows. I think it's best.
I wanted the remains.
Vaklu's saying that the Republic ship attacked first? That's madness!
Unfortunately, lie or not, it's a madness people will believe.
The timing of this is atrocious. A space battle above our skies, so many of our fighters lost?
Curiously, only Tobin's men were involved in that battle.
That shooter!
Strong word, Your Majesty, but there is no good time for news like this. I recommend we continue with our plan.
But won't that bring even more followers to Vaklu's side? Increasing his power?
For a time, perhaps. But we both know he's not the true threat. It's his unseen support from the shadows that we must drag out into the light. Then, and only then, can we strike.
I fear by then it will be too late.
Welcome to Isis. This is a very tense place.
City of Isis. It's been shut down tight for months now. General Vaklu is close to declaring martial law. We won't be able to travel too far in the city. Fortunately, I have a friend in this quarter of the city. He's a doctor by the name of Dagon Gent. His office is on the other side of the market square. It might be best if you do the talking around here. The Onderonians have a mixed view of Mandalorians after we conquered their world. What's wrong? I have questions for you.
Oh. Well, didn't need to talk to you. Hang on. Okay, I don't think I can lose influence with him here.
You fought with Revan and Malak during the Mandalorian Wars. Why?
They were the only Jedi who realized the Republic would fall without the support of the Jedi.
We'd never faced Jedi before, and didn't know the threat they represented. You've always been in the Jedi Order. Things that are common knowledge to you are rumors and stories to the rest of the galaxy. We only knew what we had seen in holovids and from our experience with Exar Kun. And by that time, he was completely a Sith. We thought we would triumph easily over such noble and compassionate leaders. Those are weaknesses we easily exploited in the past. What did you think of us?
Strong warriors and worthy adversaries.
And that is how we thought of you. Not of the Jedi in particular, but the men and women who joined Revan and Malak to fight against us. You turned a demoralized, defeated mess into a coordinated army. You brought tactics, backbone, and above all else, victory to them. Ever consider what would have happened if we'd won? The Sith would have been nothing more than a border skirmish against the might of my clans. We would have brought a new age of strength and expansion to the Republic, with a wealth of the core worlds providing arms and warships to fuel our growth. Instead, the Republic won. Look around you. Look at what your precious victory has brought you. I ask you this, is the galaxy better off for the Republic's victory?
I don't deal in what-ifs.
Just think about it. Now, is there something else you needed?
What's your take on the Republic?
The Republic is a stagnant beast that had been killing its people for years before the wars began. Were it not for Revan's strength, the Republic would already be dead.
You seem awfully complimentary of Revan, considering she almost destroyed your people.
Only Revan was worthy of our respect. We swept through the Outer Rim without any opposition until Revan assumed command of the Republic forces. Only then did the battle turn. But as you know, only a handful of Jedi fought, while the others cowered in their halls, afraid to meet us head-on.
The Jedi had their reasons for staying out of the war.
I'm sure there were good reasons. I'm not accusing you of being a coward. You commanded the Republic fleet that destroyed ours. You were a worthy opponent. Now, is there something else you needed?
Can you tell me about the Mandalorians?
The Republic thinks my people are dead, scattered. They are wrong. You should have destroyed us when you had the chance. As long as one Mandalorian lives, we will survive. Our honor, fortunes, and lives revolve around battle. From our earliest history, this has been our way, as it will be always.
Can you tell me of Mandalorian history?
Our history and our ways are something we shield from outsiders. Only on the battlefield can you truly learn of someone.
My life has revolved around the same things.
Which is one of the reasons I travel with you. It pleases me that you recognize the truth. The Mandalorian clan will be united. Then we will take back our place in the galaxy. But we live in times of action. Now, is there something else you needed?
Are you certain the clans will follow you?
We have suffered defeats before, but none like our defeat at Malachor. Our spirit may have faded, but it hasn't died. It will burn bright again, like a star in the heavens.
Why haven't the clans come together earlier?
The end of the Mandalorian Wars was something new and unknown to us. Revan fought us like a true warrior and defeated us on our own terms. Revan embodied our philosophy and showed us our own weaknesses. Then she exploited them. It was a painful lesson. With Mandalore dead, our weapons taken, and our pride destroyed, many lost their way. But I will change that.
I'd like to help you.
I would appreciate your help. Many in the Republic look at the Mandalores as wild and violent Kilrath. Now, after many years, a new Mandalore has returned. We have a long tradition of honor in dealing with allies and those who provide us aid. It's a tradition that those we war against are quick to forget. I can tell you want to know more, but we can talk more later about this. Now, is there something else you needed?
How did you become Mandalore?
Being Mandalore is the greatest honor for our people. Mandalore's helmet is passed from one leader to the next. When Revan executed Mandalore before our eyes, she cast Mandalore's helmet away, denied it to us. She took Mandalore's helmet and left with it. If she hadn't done that, a new Mandalore would have been chosen that day, but without leadership and direction. The clans scattered, fell apart.
How did you find the helmet?
During the Jedi Civil War, I met and traveled with Revan. I was there when she defeated Darth Malak, and traveled with her afterwards. Eventually, she told me where she had taken the helmet. She set me upon this path. We can talk about Revan and other things later if you like. You know enough for now. Now, is there something else you needed?
That all seems like new content.
I am Mandalore, but I will not be your errand boy. Find some other lackey to do your bidding. Now I've fought countless battles. Ones most didn't walk away from. The wounds add up, and even the implants are all that keep me going sometimes. I may have been stronger in my youth, and stupider, but now I've got to rely more on my armor, my weapons, and my cunning. Now, is there something else you needed?
Query. Statement. Excellent. No doubt one of your allies has turned on you and needs to be dispatched. Which one is it? The annoying pilot? I certainly hope it is not the T3 unit. Destroying him would provide little challenge. It would be demeaning. Query. Is there someone that you need killed, Master? Statement. Answer. Consolation.
It's been a while since you've docked here, eh? I suppose the lockdown has hurt your profits as well. Oh, it must be hard to shuttle people when nobody's allowed to leave. The blockade has been bad for everyone.
What's going on here?
Your manifest says it's been 2 months since you last came here. It's become much worse since your last trip. Military checkpoints are everywhere.
Military checkpoints? Are they looking for something?
Could be. Our space forces have been in full readiness ever since the space battle in orbit. Tensions are running high. All Republic vessels must be searched, and the delays are turning pilots grey before their time. And ever since the Republic fired on our space forces, things have been even slower. Bad days. And things are getting worse. I'd get out of the system quickly if I were you, friend. Well, doesn't look like you have any trade goods, so the inspection's just a formality. Here's your starport visa. Don't lose it. They're priceless right now.
Priceless? Why?
If you want to leave the planet, you need a starport visa. They're very hard to get. Many people want to get out of here before things get worse.
How's the situation in Onderon?
There's strict food and water rationing, and General Vaclu's troops have been very thorough in finding Republic dissidents. Bombing's very common. Certainly. Mind what I said about the starport visa. I know one captain already who can't get back into the starport.
What do you have just for sale? Things not allowed in the city. They say my goods are banned, so all these killing implements are sitting here unused. You get a special sale. Sure. Give me my husband's blaster. At any price. Nothing else particularly useful. Ooh.
Fair winds to you, Offworlder. Is it too much to hope that you are a Telosian merchant?
Why do you ask?
These beasts you see here are for delivery to Telos, but the Republic vessels that transport them have to wait for thorough and needlessly long searches. So the city is stacked with caged beasts waiting for their ships. We have stopped gathering beasts now, but they still feel the city. For Drexel and Ryder, the Ithorians brought wealth and prosperity. Our settlements prospered, but now...
Your beasts seem restless.
They have been kept in their cages for a long time. But yet at times, I feel as if something else is affecting them. Frightening them. Perhaps it is the city itself. Isis has fallen upon dark times, and tensions run high in the streets.
Who are you?
I am a beast rider. I have flown great distances gathering the animals you see here. We keep hoping that Ithorians or Telosians get through the Space Force's searches, so that we can sell them.
Tell me about the Beast Riders.
Our people have been here for centuries. though we were not always one with the wilds of Underground. In ancient times, our people were criminals, prisoners who were cast out of Isis and sentenced to die by the beasts in the wilds. But our ancestors learned how to survive and even tame the mighty beasts. They became our strength and companions. We fought endlessly with Isis for resources and survival. But 2 generations ago, an Isis princess named Galia and a great beast rider hero, Oron Kira, married. They united our peoples. But now things are unraveling. Even the beasts can smell it in the air.
How are things unraveling?
Many beast riders have fallen to the city ways, and some are now no more than common thugs. Queen Talia and her cousin General Vaklu argue in open councils. The beasts stir by the changes in the wind, and cannot be calmed, and we beast riders find it harder to enter the city each day.
Why is it hard to enter the city?
No one is to leave the city without the starport visas. It chokes passage in and out of Isis. Telos was attacked by Darth Malak in the Jedi Civil War. The surface was completely destroyed. The Ithorians have been searching for appropriate wildlife to create a new Telos, but their merchants are stalled by the blockade.
I'll be going now. And in fact, what I'm going to do is try to lower the sound effects volume, because that's getting kind of intense.
Calm.
What? Run! The bomber is out of control!
Coward.
I don't know what to say. I had heard stories, but I assumed that they were fledgling riders, or simply tales that grow in the telling. Not since my first Drexel have I lost control of a beast. I apologize profusely. Here, I give you these credits for the danger I put you in.
What happened? Why'd the beast attack me?
The beasts grow more agitated by the day. The stories say that the smoldering fires of city politics cast a smoke they can smell and breathe. They revert to their primal instincts, as you've just seen. When they get that way, not even a skilled beast rider can control them. As soon as I leave here, I will talk with my family. There is much to be discussed.
Thank you for the credits. They're not necessary.
Please keep them. It salves the shame my beast's behavior has brought me.
Very well.
Halt, off-worlder. You'll have to answer some questions before you go into the city. What is your business on Isis? I don't think your business is any concern of mine.
Observation. Master, your powers of persuasion, without the use of pain or violence, is a mystery to me.
Power must be used responsibly. I couldn't risk answering his questions. Well, no. It's inside a city, HK. Otherwise...
Statement. Of course, Master.
While you're at it, tell him to forget he ever saw us. Could be useful.
Not only is your business not my concern, I can't seem to remember why I'm holding you up.
You'll let me go about my business and forget you ever saw me.
You should probably go about your business, whoever you are. Oh, don't lose your starport visa, otherwise you won't be leaving for a long while.
Query.
Okay.
Answer.
Damn.
Master. Consulate.
Let's hurry this up. I want him escorted out of here quickly.
This is outrageous. I'm not a spy. I'm a journalist for Isis Com.
You're a Republic spy, and your propaganda will be silenced. we are taking you back to our barracks for interrogation.
But, well, you can't be serious. You accuse me of propaganda? I have proof that Vaklu is withholding information on the so-called Republic.
One more word of treason out of you. What are you looking at? This is none of your business.
Please, ma'am, help me. Vaklu's troops won't listen. I'm just a journalist, not a spy.
What's going on?
This spy has been using his position as a journalist to spread lies and dissent among our people. No doubt he's been up to other treasonous activity as well.
But that's just crazy. I was a member of the Resistance. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars.
Yes, and your disloyalty now deeply sickens me.
Do you have some sort of warrant?
A warrant? General Vaklu passed an edict giving the military broad authority to detain and question anyone suspected of treasonous activity. It was specifically meant for us to pick up spies like this before they could leave ISIS or go underground.
Why are you really taking him away?
This is just because I try and expose the web of lies that...
Enough out of you! Perhaps this traitor is more of an agent provocateur, sent by the Republic to sow dissent in our ranks.
Do you have proof of any sort?
That is classified military information.
How many other journalists are being rounded up today?
I don't have time to answer your barbed questions, off-worlder.
You're violating this man's rights. I'll make sure this story gets out.
Men, let him go. We'll be back with a court order. Then we'll take him to the barracks. And you should watch yourself. You don't want to be known for siding with people like him.
I don't know how to thank you. I'm getting out of ISIS now. Eventually they'll come back for me. After that, I have a feeling no one will hear from me again. Thank you.
I'm turning Murderbot into a good person.
Please, Captain, help me. My children and I are desperate to get off of Onderon. Do you have an open starport visa?
What do you mean?
My husband was killed by General Vaklu's troops. Our home was seized, and we were cast out. We have seen many wars on ISIS, and I know war is coming.
Those children look like they're asleep standing up.
Bloodshed.
I sense you're not telling me something.
I've told you our story. Please, won't you help us?
If you expect me to help you out, tell me the truth.
My husband, he was part of the ISIS Council. He was a strong supporter of the Queen and the Republic. His views weren't always popular. Over time,
this feels too timely.
That Vaklu was trying to kill Queen Talia. He tried to kill Vaklu to protect the Queen. The conspiracy was discovered, and he was shot during the arrest. What he did was wrong, and our life has been so difficult since then. I just want to get off this planet and start a new life. Please, help us. No one else will.
I'll see what I can do. Alright, we're at a 3-hour recording.